Greetings survivors and friends, SHADOWFRAX here, and I know what you're thinking. I wish I had your style. What with that traditional lumberjack welding mask and exoskeleton you're wearing and those incredibly efficient looking gathering tools you have there. You handsome devil you. Well, two of you will, because I've managed to secure a couple of the Lumberjack DLC packs to give away this week, and I'll give you the details after I've updated you on everything new from this week's patch. In the meantime, if you're enjoying my content, please leave a like and sub as I'm trying to push to that magical 500,000 now, and I appreciate your help in getting there. Also, a massive thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon and with YouTube memberships. So there are quite a few things we need to probe this week, but first the Lumberjack DLC is here. Well, I say DLC, it's 5 reskins for the Hazzy and some basic tools, but they do look really nice. There are absolutely no stat advantages to any of them this time, which will make those of you who are against pay to win happy, and for those of you who like pay to whinge, you'll also be happy for the same reason. I don't know. When a skin gives a tangible advantage, a ton of people grumble, and when it doesn't, there are all sorts of suggestions about why and how it should. The only winning move is not to play, I guess. Anyway, these have all lumbered onto the store now for the paltry sum of 11 quid, or whatever that is in your currency this afternoon, depending on the local bureau de change. I just wish there was a new chainsaw skin to go with it, but then, I guess, skins don't grow on trees, do they? Also, why does my leg look like it's broken in 3 places? Don't know. There were a few quality of life changes this month, the furnace UI being the main attraction, with progress bars and everything smelting at once now. A number of issues relating to ores dropping out of furnaces when overfilling were fixed, and a number of FX have now been updated for campfires, which also have a new model, furnaces, and cauldrons. These not only look more toasty, but should perform better too. Talking of toasty, getting too close to the large furnace is a bit ouchy now. The server listing UI is greatly improved this month with checkbox or check circle filtering, plus there's now a clear all filters button. Double plus, there are now drop down boxes on options that have multiple options. Fuel wagons now yield more low grade, debris blockers are immune to explosives, there's an option to limit FPS to 15 if rust is in the background. That is assuming you get that much anyway. Might even give you a performance boost, who knows? And the painting screen got its first overhaul in donkey's years with a whole art shop's worth of new colours. Oh yes, and train now go ding ding. After much feedback from the community regarding tech trees on hardcore servers, even though many wanted them removed altogether from the game mode, it was decided to explore a tech tree tax first. So that's now an extra 20% for Tier 1, 40% for Tier 2 and 60% for Tier 3, but the research bench costs stay the same. There are now bigger storage containers on cars and campers, and saddlebags have been increased to 12 slots, but make the most of it because these are apparently being dialed back to 6, because horses. But at least they won't get their hooves stuck in ramps anymore. Oh, that is a relief. Zipline platform loot should be far more meaningful now, and clusters of vending machines on maps should now stand out more easily, having a green circle around them. In other changes and fixes, camper modules can now be looted from outside after the vehicle's been knackered. There were fixes for not being able to pick up wooden signs, and more work to stop those pesky trees from blocking ziplines. Maybe this was the real reason for releasing a Lumberjack DLC. I'll just walk the rest of the way, shall I? Something that I'll direct you to read on the dev blog, or just pause here, is a section regarding EAC and Proton, which acknowledges server performance issues since the release of the EAC EOS update on September the 30th, which is being worked on, with hot fixes coming, but it also goes into some detail regarding support for the Steam Deck, Linux, and Proton support, and it's worth reading if this affects you, as it lays it all out pretty well. Twitch drops for streamer land are now active, and these are enabled for selected Spanish Twitch streamers. This will run until October the 12th, and Charitable Rust is rolling around again for this year on November 19th and 20th, which looks to be bigger and better than ever, and is this time raising money for World Central Kitchen. In works in progress, I still don't have any new visuals for any of those things I've mentioned that are being worked on yet, including the new caboose with blackjack game, pets, the Nexus system and ferry terminal, hand cars, or the nuclear missile silo. I will show you when I can, but there are some new bits of information regarding the industrial branch, which, as you may remember me mumbling about, is a new batch of work focusing on automatic crafting and allowing us to join various things together to do so. We know already there will be a workbench attachment for this, but according to the latest commits, there will be conveyors with a filtering system which can specify up to 5 items at this stage that it will allow to pass, and that we'll be able to connect vending machines and drop boxes to the system. This is all still a long way off and subject to change, but when it does hit, it's going to be very interesting indeed. Oh, and sorry, meant to do this last week, but was rather busy, so here's the results of the experiment, and it looks like it's gone the other way, which is actually good, because that means more new people are seeing me. So, hello! I'm not grumbling, by the way, this is actually pretty good. Anyway, let's celebrate, shall we, with a giveaway. You'll find a link below to enter, and on Sunday this week, I'll draw 2 winners randomly to each receive a copy of the new Lumberjack DLC. After that, look out for an email from my official addresses listed on my socials, and check your spam folders. All the best. You are now officially up to date, so leave a like and a comment on this month's patch, please, down below. Come and join me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and my Steam group, and you can support me directly on Patreon with YouTube memberships or via my merch store. Links will all be below. I shall catch you soon, but in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio. This video is powered by AWDIT's producer range of workstation PCs, available now at awdit.co.uk. I'll just walk the rest of the way, shall I?